Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Nah, I'm just playing. Doing all that bullshit just cause why not? But welcome everybody to another episode of You Ain't Shit for Watching. How y'all doing there? We finna get it started. We finna get it popping. Tonight is a excellent occasion. Normally I do one show a week, but felt like this was special. I got a letter on the Facebook page that we have for You Ain't Shit for Watching. Check it out. Subscribe if you have not already done so. The letter was uh, it was a doozy. It was a doozy. So it was something to watch, something to see. Um, for the conversation that we're going to get in tonight is going to be crazy based on the letter. I didn't know people was watching the show like that. I didn't know people was tuned into the show like that. This is amazing. And if this works out, this is probably going to be a consistent thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link. If anybody feels like they want to hop into the chat and have a conversation over this, please, by all means, do so. Um, yeah, like I said, this is gonna be something I might have to just start picking up doing because this shit is wild. And if anybody out there wants to write a letter, please by all means hit us up. You can hit me up at Casanova90 at Gmail, or you can go to Facebook and look up You Ain't Shit for Watching and contact us via the message option. Again, another great show. I'm going to start reading off this letter because, yeah, this is a damn doozy. Just going to pull it up. Give me a second and bear with me while I do so. That awkward silence. I had a little bit of that every once in a while. Every once in a while. All right, let's see. All right, so here's the letter. So it states, Dear Donnie, the father of my family members' kids ain't shit. This man has been dating my relative since she was 17. He was 26. I always felt like he was predatory and I didn't really care for him, but I couldn't prove it until just a few months ago. Let me start off by saying this is the weakest type of man there is. He's put his hands on her multiple times. He's abused her emotionally and was just generally a bum ass nigga. She lived on a housing voucher and his bum ass leashed off of her. She worked 70 hours a week, and his loser ass produced trash ass music nobody fucked with, and a YouTube nobody paid attention to. Even with all of this, I never involved myself in their relationship. Even when I found out my family member hit him with the car because she was just so wow. She was so fed up with his abusive ways, I stayed back and only at her request. Recently, due to cancer, oh, sorry, I got a text. Recently, due to cancer, that family member passed away. And as you can imagine, my family was destroyed and grieving, only to be insulted by this failure of a man who couldn't contribute to her funeral in any way. Not only could he not help out fiscally, do you know this motherfucker tried to fight her mother over the insurance plan she took out on her? The nerve. They had 3 daughters. She came to the relationship with one. And as you can imagine, the oldest daughter moved out and moved in with grandma after her passing. The other ones, he's currently trying to scam the system to live off of the girl's social security benefits that they would get. But let me dig deeper. Not more than 3 months after my family member passed away, he brought a whole new tramp into the house to play stepmom. My family is mortified. I wrote you with the intention of getting to him directly because I know he watches this show, and I want him to know that karma will have its day. Woo! Ain't that about a bitch? Off bat, that was a rough letter to read. Whoever wrote that letter, I mean, goddamn, that's pretty tough. Uh, so let's go over the details of this letter because this is kind of wild. This is kind of crazy. So immediately I took from the letter that he was a lot older than her when they first met. Sounds a little predatory. Any man that's going out here and he's mid to late 20s, should we say, and is dating a 17-year-old, probably should be checked out. That's step in the lane of love behavior. Very R. Kelly-ish, right? This is an individual who is really out of pocket, and everything else attached to that is real fucking creepy. What's going on, Bianca? How you doing, love?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Did you catch any of that letter I read?
No, I did not.
Whew. Let me whew. Let me take. I'm gonna read this letter a couple times tonight because this motherfucker's a
Okay.
doozy. Um, whew. All right. So basically, I'm gonna read it back to you. I'm gonna paraphrase a lot of it just because it's easier. But dear Donnie, the father of my family members' kids ain't shit. This man's been dating my relative since she was 17. He was 26, and I always felt like he was predatory. Didn't really care for him, but I couldn't prove it until just a few months ago. Let me start off by saying this. This is the weakest type of man that there is. He put his hands on her multiple times. He abused her emotionally, and he was just generally a bum ass nigga. She lived on a housing voucher, and his bum ass leached off of her. She worked 70 hours a week, and his loser ass produced trash ass music that nobody fucked with, and a YouTube nobody paid attention to.
Mm.
Even with all of this, I never involved myself in their relationship. Even when I found out my family member hit him with a car because she was so fed up with his abusive ways, I stayed back and only at her request. Recently, due to cancer, my family member passed away. Oh shit. And you can
Wow.
imagine my family was destroyed and grieved and only be insulted by this failure of a man who couldn't contribute to her funeral in any way. But not only could he not help out physically, do you know that this motherfucker tried to fight her mother over the insurance plan that the mother took out on her? The nerve.
Wow.
They had three daughters, and she came to a relationship with one. As you can imagine, the oldest daughter moved in with grandma after her passing. The other ones, he's currently trying to scam the system to live off of the social security that they would get, basically. Um, and not even 3 months after the fact, this nigga brought a whole different bitch into the house to play stepmom. The family's mortified, and the chick wrote me just to say she knows he watches the show, and karma will have his day. Ain't that about a bitch?
Wow. That's a lot.
That's tough, right?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. I'm looking at it from Jump Street. Automatically, yeah, the niggas a predator. When you 26 and you dating a 17-year-old, something's wrong with you mentally.
Well, something is also wrong with the adults. That's the thing about this whole idea of us being a village and us taking care of each other. Like, how did anybody sit around and allow that grown ass man to exploit that child?
Yeah, yeah. So what I took from the letter is the mother must the mother of the woman who passed away must have been a single mother. Um, and I know it's a lot harder for single women uh, to deal with like the boyfriends of their kids. This nigga sounds predatory from jump. This is crazy as hell. But maybe she might have been overwhelmed. Might have been one of those situations where she told him to stay away from this nigga, and she didn't listen. And once you hit 18, there's nothing you can do.
Well, I mean, I have a gripe with the person that wrote this letter. Like, who was this? Their niece, their little sister, their whoever they were to her.
I got family members,
Sitting
so
back,
I don't think she wanted to be too
yeah,
specific in order to, because apparently dude watches the show. So, um,
yeah,
I think that was to get a sense of mystery going, because that she said it could probably it's only a couple possible people there, right?
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, god damn, like this, like this is the worst type of motherfucking human being that there is.
yeah, absolutely,
And I'm really getting
absolutely.
tired of hearing niggas neglecting a family to be music producers, and you don't pop the fuck off. Like you don't pop the fuck off. How long do you have to go out here to be in the music business to know that you're not going nowhere?
Well, what age did Rick Ross make it?
So everybody listen, this is my girl. This is Mrs. Donnie. I don't know what you want to. You can go by your name. You can do whatever you want to do.
That's fine.
But she want to contribute. What did you say? Did
I said, what age did Rick Ross make it in the music industry?
um he was Rick Ross made it in his 30s.
Okay.
Rick Ross also came in with a cavalcade of lies and stories after he was a correctional officer. So yeah, Rick Ross made it, but I think he might have been 31, 32. But he's the exception, not the rule.
Mm, I guess I'm not justifying what he's doing, obviously. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
You playing devil's advocate. So so listen, I'm quitting my job. I'm gonna live off of you. Is that gonna work? Is that gonna fly?
No.
What you mean?
No, you haven't been doing music. You
No,
said you're
no,
going to become a musician.
I'm finna start my rap career. We getting it popping up in here.
Never heard you
Call
rap
me
in my
DJ
life.
Stankfinger. I spit a bar so hardcore. I'm gonna get in the car and drive away. R pirate rap, bitch. Her.
I believe
You
in you,
like
but
them?
you do
Them
that
them is
alongside
hot
your
bars right there.
revenge.
That's hot fire. Bianca, what you think about my rap? Hot fire.
I think that you should keep your day job.
Both of y'all can kick rocks.
But I mean, so that's what he did the whole entire time they were together. He was a
Apparent,
rapper.
no, so he's a producer. So he might have been a rapper. He might have been a singer. It might have been a couple of things there. But
But he wasn't bringing home checks.
yeah, this bum ass nigga
This
wasn't bringing.
timeline is weird to me, though. Okay, this timeline is weird to me. So he was 26, she was 17. She came into the relationship with a child. Like this shit sound insane to me.
Right, she came into the relationship with a child. So it's not.
At 17?
I mean, it's not uncommon for
Possible, yeah.
kids to at this day and age to be out here fucking and doing out in the streets doing wild things.
Well, it sounds like I'm gonna tell you what it sounds like from a woman's intuition perspective, right?
Oh
And this is
no!
gonna sound crazy. This is gonna sound crazy, and I'm okay with that. But it sounds to me like she was damned before she began. Like she was dealt
Mm.
a bad hand. Daddy doesn't sound like he was present. Mom doesn't sound like she was able to be as present as she probably wanted to be. So this baby was basically just out there. For her to come into a situation with a 26-year-old and she already has a baby, which is why she's not here. Understand? Because when you don't appreciate the ones that are here for us to love on, they're taken from us, regardless if we want to acknowledge it or not. I really think that's why she's not here.
I mean, it
It's
makes sense.
unfortunate because that for that to be her story, that's a fucked up thing. But ugh.
Now I responded to this person. I told him I'd be going on air. So hopefully, love, if you are listening, please write me. I'm now because I told her I wouldn't. Although I think this is a bullshit Facebook account that she wrote me on.
Oh, okay.
Um, it's a woman. I can say that. Well, I'll say that much. But anyway, yeah.
Oh,
Bullshit Facebook
okay.
account. that she's on. She's gonna respond hopefully. But yeah, I basically, I told her I'm not gonna say, the name of the account and whatever. Well, hopefully she'll respond, and if we have questions, she can give me some information. But yeah, no, this clown motherfucker. So basically, baby worked 70 plus hours to support this clown ass nigga. And he was doing the music mogul failure shit, which is amazing to me. I I, I always wonder how much is too much. Like I feel like a good woman shouldn't mind supporting her man, right?
Right.
He has a dream and he's out here actively pursuing that dream. A good woman shouldn't mind that. But how much is to the point of like, nigga, you might have to go ahead and take that job at Walmart. You might have to go ahead and go down to UPS and apply. At what point do you say this is too much?
In the beginning, because
Jesus
that's
Christ, yeah,
bullshit. First of all, and
whoa.
second of all, no, no, I'm playing. Um, Honestly, I'm all for helping. Right? I don't mind helping. And if you're in a situation, you're in a relationship with somebody and they need help, I'm one of those persons that'll tell you help them. However, not at your detriment. So once it's at that point where it's at your detriment, they gotta go. Because if it's me or you, it's gonna be you.
So you wouldn't work 70 hours for me? If we were in a happy I did everything that made you happy. I just couldn't work. I just
You
couldn't
must
work.
be eating ass too. Because if
Okay,
you're
so I
doing
eat ass.
everything I like,
I eat
you're
ass.
gonna
I
have
eat
to eat a
ass. I
little
eat
ass.
booty like
If I'm
groceries.
work 70 hours, you better be eating a little ass every day. No, no. Well, see, that's the thing. You gotta know how to tell the real from the fake. You know what I'm saying? Because the motherfucker sit on their ass if you let them. I went through that. I was dealing with this guy. I'm supposed to marry his ass. I'm glad I didn't. Um,
Well,
every day I brought his
congratulations on
ass a
skipping out
newspaper.
on a bum nigga.
Huh?
Congratulations on skipping out on a bum nigga. You could have been working 70 hours.
Well, unfortunately, I don't really want to say that he was a bum nigga. He really wasn't, but he just was a bum nigga with me, and I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't who he was supposed to be for me. He might be King Kong for the next bitch, but for me, I couldn't do it.
Right.
And everything that I did to try to push him in the right direction, I was working two jobs. I worked at a newsstand at the airport and the parking lot at the airport. Both my jobs was at the airport in DC.
Nigga said the news that so you was parking cars and handing out papers.
Look, I was leaving from the parking lot at night, changing my clothes in the bathroom, and working at the newsstand during the day, and catching the bus home. Every day, I brought this motherfucker a newspaper. I can count on one hand how many times that bitch opened that motherfucker up. But when I decided that I was gonna leave him, he was. I thought I was gonna go. I thought we was gonna. Hmm. But you know what he said to me through the tears? Because I almost fell for it. I was tearing up with him and shit. He said to me, because they always gonna tell you the truth of the matter. He said, but my unemployment about to run out. Oh, nigga, if you don't get the fuck off my lawn. So you really didn't think we was gonna be together. You know that motherfucking check about to run out. And I'm about to leave. So what you gonna do? How you gonna eat? You
Well,
see
he
what
was
I'm
eating
saying?
booty at $10 an hour. Did you pay him?
I'm sorry, what about the eating of the butt?
I said he was eating booty at $10 an hour. Did you pay that brother?
I mean, yeah, he got paid. He got paid in lights and hot water.
And food.
You a tyrant.
Okay? He got paid in food.
And a comfortable bed.
He was taken care of.
This
And he got to sniff the coochie while he was eating ass. So that was all payment right there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
terrible, ain't it?
It is, but you know what? That's reality. But I just be baffled by this mindset of do nothing.
And
And
expect everything.
yeah, it's wild. So he like, cause I mean, the letter said that she first off, baby lives on a voucher, which is amazing to me because you're working 70 hours a week.
But she
So,
got 3 kids.
okay, so she's working 70 hours a week.
And
She
really
got, she
technically
got
4.
four. She got four. Yeah, she got 4 kids. She working 70 hours a week. What is this nigga doing?
He making beats. He
It's a
making
billion
beats. He
niggas out
going,
here
he getting
making beats.
prepared for the open mic tonight.
He prepared for failure. This nigga can fail with rhythm, I guess.
Yeah. Exactly. On beat. Felon on beat. That's terrible. I
I,
don't
I
know.
like I just don't know how you look at yourself as a man and your woman works 70 hours and you at home all day.
Well, see, he ain't never had to be accountable. Especially if he came from a household with a mom that never held him accountable.
So
Or a
you are,
dad.
are you saying that his well he clearly never had a father around because I couldn't imagine the look
Being a
from my
deadbeat
father.
daddy with a daddy.
Yeah, like I couldn't imagine the look from my father or my grandfather or my great grandfather. Like,
Yeah.
hold on, what you doing? So she worked how many hours and what you doing at home?
Making beats. They'll be over there to beat your ass.
Right. So I'm trying to understand as a woman, and maybe you can help me out, B. Uh, how, how how do you sit at home, or you have a man sit at home, should I say, and you work 70 hours a week, and you what I mean, what are you getting from him that there's nothing that he could do possibly outside of eating some groceries, apparently, that can contribute to the household if you're working 70 hours a week.
Maybe
Well,
she
I'm
could
gonna tell
tell
you,
you that.
it happens in the beginning by accident. It's not on purpose. Because in
It's
the
not on
beginning,
purpose.
it's just a survival instinct. We gotta have a house. We gotta have food. We gotta have. You know what I'm saying? So, and if he ain't doing, you definitely gotta do because the kids can't go without. Because a mama's not gonna let her kids starve. Period. So, regardless of what he's doing, something gotta give. So, in the beginning, it's an accident because there's the need and he's not feeling it. So somebody got to do it.
So
Now,
basically, instead of 4 kids, she got
eventually it
5 kids.
becomes a choice.
Mm. At what point do you think it became a choice?
When that nigga didn't damn drop no platinum album, that bitch is supposed to get out.
So, because I guarantee you, nobody's ever heard of this nigga's music.
Hell
Um,
no.
she said the nigga's name, but you know what? I don't want to give bum niggas any.
No, because yeah, you're gonna get him a spin.
Yeah, I like I'm not giving bum niggas any shine. My girl asked did I Google him. I did not. Uh, only because I've seen his bum ass name somewhere before. Um, yeah, it's just no point. It's just there's no point. Like this nigga you'll never see this nigga on any Billboard hits. You'll never see this nigga uh, in production by your local rapper. Like this is just a grown ass man who ain't doing shit.
He ain't collabing with Metro Boomin. None of that.
Oh wait, so
Oh snap.
I just got a message. Oh, okay. So basically, I'm being asked to talk about the car. So apparently, the dude put his hands on this person's cousin, relative, auntie. I don't know what the family. She said family members. He keeps saying family members, but I don't like that word. So I'm gonna deviate. But basically, um,
Yeah, that's a lot of syllables.
yeah, I don't like family members is too damn broad. But so anyway, apparently he's been putting his hands on, or he was putting his hands on a family member, and homegirl lost her shit one day, packed the babies up, and tried to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Him being the predatory nigga he was, he followed her out there and tried to get in front of and pull her out the car and do all this shit. Parent, at some point, he started the car. He got in front of the car. He hit her ass. She hit him with the car, and bling, blang, blah.
She hit him with the car.
She hit him with the car.
Good.
Police was called. She was given a mugshot. So was he. Apparently, the charges was dismissed, but it was a whole thing. At a couple points during this letter, I saw red flags. Right,
Mm-hmm.
just from the start. But now we're at the abusive to where she felt like she had to hit this nigga with a car in order to escape him. This is wild.
Well, you know, this is also kind of interesting because it sounds very pimpin' hoish to me. Um, and I'm only bringing this up because of the season we're in with all this sex trafficking shit going on. But this is where the eyeball shit comes in at for me because again, we're talking about a 17-year-old that came into a relationship with a 26-year-old and she already had a baby. What is going on? That's not normal. And that type of commitment to that relationship, and then when you do decide that you're gonna leave, you feel like your only alternative is to run this bitch over, which I mean, she was probably fed up too. I mean, there's several different reasons to run his ass over. Um, but it just seems very pimp and hoish to me, like Ike and Tina to me, like that dynamic is weird.
Yeah, I mean, let's just be honest. The nigga caught a 17-year-old girl. So he caught a 17-year-old girl that already had a child. He saw, because let's just do this. If you're over the age of, we'll say 25, really it's 20 in general, but we'll just say 25, just for now, right? If you look at anybody under the age of 17, that's considered jail bait, right? But when I think jail bait, I think someone who just doesn't simply know any better. You're This is the definition of predator. This is what R. Kelly thrived on. This is that dynamic of she's a goofy young child that you're essentially taking advantage of to have sex with. She already has a kid, so you know she's sexually active. This is like running up and doing some Space Jam 360 dunk on one of those play school kiddie basketball hoops. It's some sick shit. So he sees this. He sees she's got a kid. He's taking advantage of it from day one. Now he's groomed her into thinking that she has to work 70 hours in order to support her kids. And this grown ass man,
and his music career.
Yeah, this is some bullshit like no other. This is insanity.
Yeah, but he's got to maintain.
He is like a Pookie ambassador.
He's got to maintain control. He's manipulating her emotionally. He's manipulating her physically. He's making her go out to work. He's doing nothing. At some point, she's going to wise up to this, hopefully. And then he has to maintain his control with physical aggression. So maybe that's why she's having to lash out. She has to do what she needs to do to protect herself. Eventually, she tries to leave. But he's still got that level of control over her.
So the old players used to say, get you a stallion, right? Everybody know Megan Thee Stallion. So they say, get you a young stallion. That term usually used to be, go get you a young, dumb broad, and then you groom her up into the way you want her to be, right? This is what he did. And and he got the young dumb bride because she was 17 with a kid. It was pretty much a no brainer. He was gonna hit. He was gonna win. Um, he got her out of her parents' control, and then put her into this position. And you're saying basically when anything went awry, he just put his hands on her, kind of gave her a little, little fear of God, I guess, right? Is that what you're saying?
Eventually, it builds up to that, yeah. Because before that, it's you control the person by saying things to them. Oh, you do this for me. You go out and work. I can't work for whatever reason. If you love me, you'll go out and work. It may be that situation. Eventually, maybe the words won't work anymore, so you have to use physical control to maintain that control. Because he's put his hands on her, didn't he? Before, that's what was said in the letter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He whooping ass. He whooping all the ass in the world. So yeah, I mean this is the dynamic of a coward. This is the dynamic of a bitch nigga. I mean shit. What else you want to say?
He could also have been, like, the children are probably seeing this, so he could have also been a child growing up in that sort of environment. But
So you think he grew up with that mindset and that mentality?
You never know. You never know. He's manipulating her for some reason. He doesn't want to work.
Oh, what's going on, Mellow Love? How you doing?
Everyone, everything's copacetic. Glad to be here. I
Okay,
got some things to say about women. Women who get, I don't know the specifics, but women who get caught up in the euphoria and excitement of being hopeful about a man, I dumb. And the sooner that they reconcile that about themselves, if nobody ever told them, the better off they'll be. You know, you always have to be pragmatic in life. You cannot afford to be in this euphoric state of what's called love. Ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having lovey-dovey feelings that y'all enjoy under the sheets. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with holding hands when you go to an amusement park. You genuinely have another. But there's a difference. Okay? A affection and providing. You know, what affection and provided anybody. Okay. And so a lot of women who are addicted to affection, that's like money to them. And when reality sets in and they feel stupid, then they want to run somebody over with a car, when it was really their poor thinking in the first place that put them in that situation. That's what I have to say.
That's real as fuck. That's real as fuck. All right. I appreciate that dynamic. What's going on, Dwayne? So I I guess I guess I don't want to say that I want because the girl was 17 when she met us, right? So I automatically off rip I have this feeling of protection of people under the age of 18 because hell really 20, especially women. Women up to the age of really 19, 20 don't know what the fuck is going on. Just like boys don't know what the fuck is going on. You're still a child at that point, especially in our community and the way that we raise kids. I just don't feel like someone who has only 17 years of age on this earth, even if they have a child, is going to be fully aware of all the things that these predatory men do.
Even if she had to raise her damn self.
Hell, I didn't realize that one man asked me what time it is. He just want to fuck. You know? I just learned this the other day. I was just like, is that what they trying to do? I thought they really wanted to know what time it is. I thought they left their cell phone at home. They left their watch at home. There's no clocks in the building, and they genuinely. I thought they were being genuine. And somebody was like, "Yo, not you too old to be that goddamn naive." Nah, you know, men don't talk to women unless they want to get in the guts. I was like, "Damn,
I mean, that's
okay."
so I can't feel some type of way when a 17-year-old child, because that's what they are. It's just that if they have a kid or not, you're still a child at 17, right? I can't feel a certain type of way if some predatory ass man who's in their late 20s has come up and finessed the game. It's fucking ridiculous at that point. See what I'm saying? Also, if y'all listen, go ahead.
Just think about it. How many men have approached a woman asking her about her, you know, I hope you're securing your retirement plan. You know, I'm saying just wholesome interest. Like, are you making sure that you're having avocado every day for the benefit? You know, are they approaching a woman about genuine needs that would suit her interests, or are they just coming up with some line to be favored in her eyes so that he can get access to those guts? I'm serious. It's serious. It's some games being played out here, man. Some serious games.
Yeah. I think that a lot of times
Take a deep breath.
men
Breathe.
get a pass
Feel it.
for doing fuck shit when they don't necessarily deserve a pass, because women are viewed as being more mature and knowing a lot better, so they should do a lot better. But when dealing with situations like this, when you have a grown ass man and a little ass girl, like nowhere in there do I see where she has to own this, outside of the fact that, okay, once you 2 kids in and everything, and you had to run the motherfucker over with a car, it might have been time to go. But if you don't have anybody around you, or no one has ever shown you how to A, love yourself, and B, love yourself, not to deal with nobody else's bullshit, then you're gonna be lost out here. And that's just really what it is. I don't really think it's being dumb. It's like not really knowing your value and not loving yourself. So you feel like getting beat up is love because you don't know what it is.
If I don't slug her, she feel like I don't love her. That's what the old cats used to say. And that's fucking ridiculous. You should never have to put your hands on somebody that you love.
Absolutely not.
Now you might get into a verbal sparring match, pow, you know, tongue wrestling, but you should never, ever, ever have to physically hit somebody, and you should never denigrate somebody to the point to where they feel like they're worthless. That all of that shit is played out. It's 2019. We about to be 2020. There's no reason you should be putting your hands on a woman, especially to the point to where she feel like she got to run you over with a fucking car. What kind of coward nigga shit is that? But niggas is out here still doing it. So, Melly, did you hear the letter? Because if not, I'm more than happy to read that motherfucker again.
I did not hear it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this letter. I'm also trying to make sure that this MacBook is plugged the fuck in, because niggas do not want to die on midair. But I'm gonna go back and I'll probably paraphrase because I've read it a couple times and I got ADD. So hey, listen, it's not my fault. Blame the government. So it says, "Dear Donnie, the father of my family member's kids ain't shit. This man has been dating my relative since she was 17. He was 26. I always felt like he was predatory and I didn't care for him, but I couldn't prove until just a few months ago. Let me start off by saying this. He's the weakest type of man there is. He put his hands on her multiple times. He abused her emotionally and was just generally a bum ass nigga. She lived on a housing voucher and his bum ass leached off of her while she worked 70 hours a week and his loser ass produced trash ass music nobody fucked with and a YouTube nobody paid attention to. Now, even with all of this, I never involved myself in their relationship. Even when I found out my family member hit him with a car because she was so fed up with his abusive ways. I stayed back and only at her request. Recently, due to cancer, my family member passed away. And as you can imagine, my family was destroyed, grieving only to be insulted by this failure of a man who couldn't contribute to her funeral in any way. Not only could he not help out fiscally, this motherfucker tried to fight her mother over the insurance plan she took out. The nerve. Now, they had 3 daughters, and she came into the relationship with one. As you can imagine, her oldest daughter moved in with grandma after her passing. And the other ones, he's currently trying to scam the system to live off their social security checks. But let me get deeper. Not more than 3 months after my family member passed away, he brought a whole new tramp into the house to play stepmom. My family's mortified, and I wrote you because I know he watches the show, and I want to know karma will have its day. Ain't that about a bitch?
Wow.
That's tough, right?
It's not a foreign story. In some aspects, a lot of opportunists exist, you know? This is another story of someone who had experienced that their family member was victimized by an opportunist.
Yeah, this nigga took advantage of a 17-year-old. But like, if we go further down the list, past the point of him sitting at home being a bum ass nigga while she worked 70 hours a week, right? We'll skip past that. This woman passed away from cancer. The kids are grieving. He should be grieving. The family of hers should be grieving. All right, I get it. You don't have anything to contribute because you've been a bum ass nigga the whole time y'all was together. I understand that. Why in the fuck would you fight her mother over the insurance policy that the mother took out and you a bum ass nigga? What was your point in doing that? Were you just trying to were you just trying to secure your bag, as it were, even after her death, just so you could live comfortably? What kind of bum ass bitch nigga shit is that? Raj, what's going on, my habitual line stepper brethren? What's popping? I hear you. I see you. I see you on the show. What's going on?
Hey, what's good, everybody? What's good? You know what? I had to take an important phone call. I'm gonna be back to you in a moment. All right.
Oh damn.
It's money on the line. Trust me, money literally on the line.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it is what it is. Lovely ladies, since y'all here, I'd love to hear your input on this because you know what? This is a issue that affects women, and this is also an issue that I hate to say it makes black men look weak. And I automatically off tops, no black men, especially no black men listening to my show who really listen to my show, are going to go ahead and feel like whatever dude did was the move or the lick or however you want to get down. That's some bitch nigga thinking. But ladies, how do you feel about basically that I read off to you and the dynamic of a man who would challenge the mother of his girlfriend, I guess, um, over the insurance policy, and she just
I mean, he probably feel like her mama was gonna be dumb enough to give it to him.
Damn.
They got that stupid from somewhere. But I mean,
You know what? That's just those are just like I'm trying to think of something else because I'm the first thing popping my head is whole dreams, but I don't want to say that because I don't know.
Yo, what the fuck is a whole dream, bro?
We know that there's
oh my
whole that
god.
got weird dreams about stuff that's gonna happen that there's no information available to why it even should happen. I don't want to say I don't want to say that because I don't know nothing about this particular person being a hoe at all. There's nothing referred to her necessarily about her being a hoe. So I don't want to say it was the whole dream, but it's not really in the realm of reality to just
Him,
assume.
Roger. Him.
It's not really in the realm of reality to just assume that somebody's parent is going to give you money on an insurance policy that you had nothing to do with when they died. That's like a crazy assumption that no one should make. Period. It doesn't make sense. You didn't. Now I can see if the parent would have opened the policy up and you were paying on the policy, then I could kind of see it. But if you don't have anything to do with the policy, it just don't make sense for you to expect anything.
So you saying dude was basically living his own whole dreams?
Well, I'm saying, I mean, well, well, number one, he was bogus in the first place, and I feel like everybody should have said something about that because he started off with a woman that's only 17 years old. Okay, now I know some people may say something about the fact that she's a single mother. I'm looking at it from a perspective of if she's a single mother already at 17 years old, she's already made kind of a bigger mistake, and her life ain't really even off the ground yet. If you're gonna be a dude that's gonna take that on, you got to be in a position where you are really trying to be prosperous to this young lady, or there's nothing but bad that can happen. And for him to be 26, I believe you said he was starting off, and she was only 17 with a kid already. Like I don't even know what weird in his mind made him think that was gonna work. But if you're not even trying to say, you know what, I'm finna take you on, I'm gonna take the kid on. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna have it straight. This kid gonna know me as his father. If you ain't even trying to do all that, you shouldn't be involved anyway. Even if you can get past the age difference, it makes no
Well,
sense.
well, we're forgetting about the word predatory that was in the letter. Um, as Bianca said, that young woman, apparently it was evident that she didn't love herself. She didn't have anybody to teach her to love herself. And when a predator spots a vulnerable person, they're going to pounce on it. And I think that's what he did. He just pounced on the opportunity to exercise his predatory behavior.
Yeah, he didn't
Well,
give a
yeah,
damn about taking care of them kids. He was trying to get taken care of. The hell?
well,
Yeah,
no, I
it
mean,
seems
we
like
all agree on that. We all agree on that. So my
Mm-hmm.
thing is, he was bogus in the first place. Secondly, I don't know what's up with her family, but I mean, if your mom ain't gonna say something to you, if your dad is around, he should say something to you. If the dad ain't around, like you got cousins that should say something, uncles that like the rest of the family should
Nope,
not be cool with that.
nobody loved her enough to correct her misunderstanding about herself. It happens.
Well, I mean,
Unfortunately,
I'm
there
not gonna,
are.
I'm not gonna make that assumption. My thing is, I don't know if nobody told her or she just didn't listen. I don't
Listen,
know which one it was because there's
you
some
know
folks
what?
that don't listen when they try to tell them what's up.
She just might not have listened. That's the crazy part. Because sometimes you get these kids and they try to live their life and be a little rebellious and whatnot, and they fight it. But once you hit 18, as far as the law is concerned, your parents can't tell you nothing, right? So this motherfucker being older, he probably had his own little shitty ass place. Because he wasn't shit, so he probably had his own shitty ass place. Moved her in and got her accustomed to working, and then she couldn't leave. She already had a kid. He popped her, got her pregnant with the next kid, got her pregnant with the next kid. Now where's she gonna go? You got 4 kids by 2 different niggas. It's not a whole lot of dudes who's out here checking for you. Plus, he's probably demoralizing because he's an abusive, predatory type individual. she don't feel like she got options. It's a whole lot to it. You know what I'm saying? It's at the end of the day, he picked up on a 17-year-old. I might feel different if she was 23. He caught her. Then it's like, shit, it's not much I can do. But he caught her at 17. This motherfucker's a predator.
Well, yeah, and because he caught her at 17, honestly, I'm looking at he bogus as I don't know what, and her family failed her. This is because her parents should have been on the case. Period. And if your child has a child, if your child has a child, somebody's 18, if your child has a child, you're supposed to pay more attention to them at that point, because already whatever you were doing wasn't working out because your child didn't had a child. So you should be giving them more attention at that point.
Her mama invested more in that insurance policy than she did in her daughter. That's fucked up.
Ooh, that's a deep cut. Fuck. That's a deep fucking cut. Wait a minute now.
It's true.
Now,
been a stubborn child. We don't know. Maybe she didn't want to listen.
No. I was a stubborn child. I was stubborn too. Me and my mama beefed out. We was arguing. I ran away. I did all of that. But my mother invested in me. So regardless of the fact that I didn't want to be in her space, I didn't want to be a bum at the same time. Yeah, but then certain things your parents instill in you, regardless of whether or not you rebel.
That's if your parents have been brought up with proper values. If her parents weren't brought up correctly, they don't know how to raise her correctly. If her parents weren't raised correctly, they may not know how to raise her correctly when she's rebelling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a cycle. Yeah. It still does not negate the fact.
It's a cycle.
It still doesn't negate the fact, though. And that's the thing. It's about breaking the cycle because it's a cycle of bullshit. It doesn't mean that the mom intentionally did that, but I'm just saying this is where her priorities lied.
Well, I'm looking at this because I don't buy into none of that. We're in the information age now. If your parents raised you wrong, there's plenty of information available to figure out how to raise your own child properly. I don't even accept that as an excuse. Now, my question is, because I want to make sure I'm not putting the wrong thing out. If I'm hearing this correctly, the girl was dating the man, and the girl's mother got the insurance policy on the man. Am I correct in that? Because that says something about this situation.
No, she got the insurance policy on her own daughter. The daughter passed away.
Okay.
Apparently the I don't even know how I want to talk about that. That is a whole fucking other level. So, goddamn. So, apparently the mother adopted the little girl.
Okay, so the mother adopted her own granddaughter, correct?
Wait a minute. Wait. I'm sensing something. Are we equipped to go forward with this live stream?
Yeah, we're going forward right now.
Okay, great. All right.
So right now I'm actually in a conversation with the person who sent me this letter, right? Because I received it on my Facebook page. If you are not subscribed, you guys should go and like it. It is You Ain't Shit for Watching. It's on Facebook.
All right.
This is pretty tough. So basically, the mother adopted this little girl, and the little girl had HIV. The little girl is a set of twins. Little girl had HIV, as does the okay. So basically, both of these people, the little girl had HIV, and apparently the little girl she was vulnerable from start. This is crazy. So the little girl died. The little girl who grew into a grown woman that was in this situation died in 33, and she died of cancer via basically HIV complications.
So you're saying the 17-year-old died at 33 once she grew up?
Yeah, so she was with this dude
Mm-hmm.
for multiple years, and the dude for multiple years basically abused and did some slick shit. So that's why the mother had the insurance policy on her. Um, yeah, so the mother had the insurance policy based on that, and the little girls. So, so the oldest little girl moved out of the stepdad's house, and she now currently lives with the grandmother. The grandmother's taking care of her, and oh fuck, okay, and yeah, so the stepdad or the father of the other three little girls is currently trying to claim Social Security benefits and other benefits, basically to live rent free and be a bum ass nigga with the other little girls. And this shit's deep.
Yeah, it's super deep. That is super crazy too, because he don't deserve none of that. He really don't. He don't deserve to get a lick of that, because he should have had his own policy. That was his mother-in-law's policy that she put out on her daughter. He don't deserve to get a lick of it. That's just my opinion, and he should be having and the court should not allow him to get a piece of it, because technically they weren't even married.
Well,
So
I agree with you, Dwayne. My thing is, it's this. See, a lot of stuff get muffled up because people don't understand property and property rights. If the woman
hmm
put out insurance on her daughter and her daughter dad, I don't care what people got to say about it. If you didn't put it in on that policy, you don't get any type of benefit from that policy
exactly,
unless the
exactly
policyholder gives it to you, because that's the policyholder's property. The money
that
is
part.
their property,
Yes,
period. So there's
yes,
nothing he can say that justifies him getting a lick of that. Now, if they had three daughters together, whether he's a bum or not, those are his children. So I don't have no issue. I wouldn't say anything against him taking his own children, but I'm just gonna look at you as a man, like bro, like you're not gonna work to take care of your own daughter, like you,
you're a bum. Yeah,
yeah,
you're a straight
yeah.
up bum.
So
And
My
he got
my
ran over
question
by a
would
car.
be,
a minivan.
Yeah, he got.
He
Let's
got
be
ran over by
It,
what?
specific.
Did
It
that
was
is
a
mean he can't work?
is
minivan.
it
Did that mean he can't work?
is it possible that he? No, I'm just saying. Is it possible that he thinks he's owed something for that injury and he's trying to go for
This
it in
shit is
that
funny.
angle?
So homegirl gonna respond to me. She's
Mm.
gonna say a mini.
I
hmm
I
know,
saw
right?
a minivan. So he got ran over by a minivan apparently.
But
Yeah.
this is my thing. But see, people give facts, but I need context to the fact. If that man was hit by a car, does he have some type of injury at this point that stops him from being able to work, or did he get hit
No,
by a car and he's okay now and just refuses to work?
he
All it,
refuses to work.
so yeah, so saying he got hit by a car don't mean anything at this point. Then.
No.
well, this is the thing. Regardless, he's gonna get the Social Security for the three kids. Regardless, my question is, what did she do for 70 hours a week if she didn't have her own life insurance policy?
From what I heard, she worked in the medical profession as a
So she
little bit
should
of
have life insurance.
well, I come on now. They don't, well, she should, but hey, they
Well, what about this? That man was her leader. That was her man. If that man is your leader, it don't sound like he the type of guy that goes out and gets life insurance policy, even though he got kids
Listen,
and everything. He don't sound
listen,
like that type of dude.
Roger. He's not a leader, and he's not a leader at all. Okay,
No,
he's
that's
not
my
a
whole
leader.
point.
This nigga's a
That's
leader
why you don't have an
Man,
insurance policy. That's
in
my point.
bullshit. He's a leader in the soup line. This nigga,
No. What I'm saying is, however you pick your man, that's the guy you're following, no matter how messed up it is. So when you choose to follow a dude based on what I'm being told here, of course you're not gonna have an insurance policy, even though you know she got HIV. It's like,
no, because that wouldn't even he wouldn't come into play if you're filling out your insurance stuff at work when you're filling out your payroll shit and doing your benefits
no,
and
no,
all of that on the
hmm
computer at
no.
work.
I
That
understand
nigga
that
ain't
part.
sitting there with you.
No, Bianca, but this is what I'm saying. As a man, just like I got a family member. Her husband passed away. Her husband took out X amount of insurance and was always encouraging them to get more. She didn't listen to that brother. He ended up passing away.
Hey, people on the
We
panel,
gonna talk to you
if
about
you're on the panel, please just hit mute on your phone if you're not talking. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just hit the audio part. That's how you mute it.
It's down in the corner. There's a mic looking. There's a mic
Okay.
icon in the corner.
Yeah,
All
it's
I'm
the
saying is
audio part.
if you a man that's some type of leader, if you know your woman's in a certain position, you're going to encourage her to do certain intelligent things. And what I'm saying is because this guy sounds like a total bum, of course he's not going to encourage her to get life insurance or something like that, even though they got children.
Okay, so what I'm saying is you can't okay. He wouldn't have to encourage her to do that. That's something that should have just been done. Like I don't know. It just doesn't seem plausible to me that she wouldn't have had some type of life insurance if she was in the medical field, especially with her dying at 33. So you had at least 16 years to figure the shit out. And if you were working 70 hours a week to take care of yourself and a grown ass man and your kids, 4, 5, 6 people, you had to be making decent money. Somebody had to be like, hey, we're signing up for benefits this week. Do you want health insurance? Do you want dental? Do you want life insurance? I don't see her not having life insurance.
No, I understand someone saying he sounds like the dude to be like, oh man, don't spend no extra money on that. We don't need that.
Are more than likely, and
$6 a
I can understand this too. They probably at that time probably couldn't afford it. There's a lot of people that work.
Where was she working at? What?
So basically, I checked into it. I'm asking now. So she was a home health. So that meant for those who are listening, those who don't understand or don't know, home health aid is basically if you are invalid, if you are somebody with a with a disability of some sort, and you need assistance at your home, rather than having a nurse that comes, it's probably going to cost you X amount of dollars, which is going to be a crazy amount. You have a home health aid come in. Home health aid will come in and wipe your ass, dole out your medication, take out the trash, etc. And they usually make what, $10 an hour, $12 an hour, whatever minimum wage is.
So,
Couple dollars.
Sorry, Donnie, I cut you off. So what you're saying is hospice care, but not hospice care. That's what you're saying.
Right. They have a lot of programs in multiple states where people will come in and help cook, clean, throw out the trash. So she works 70 hours a week. I imagine she's working 10 hours a day every day.
Let me ask you a question though.
Oh, go ahead. Well, let me say this real quick, Kev. Yeah, in those situations, it's basically a person that's gonna come in and do what we would imagine most children would do for their parents when in their old age, or they get this. When you don't have no daily, you get this. You get the aid, and the aid will basically do those type of things.
But don't you think a speck of deviousness in a situation means that the whole situation is fucked up?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when people say I'm a little racist. No, motherfucker, you're racist. No, I'm a little bummy. I mean, but I got the rest right. No, nigga, you a bum ass nigga. So this nigga sounds like a poop emoji.
I mean, that's basically what the nigga is. The nigga is a clown to his heart. So he's fighting.
Sound like a dude that take karate class. Still. And they got a seafood.
Karate class.
That nigga yellow belt, man.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what this nigga's doing. So, I mean,
he sounds like somebody that eats chitlins.
Hey, now. Chitlins are good. Okay, don't talk about the chitlins now. Chitlins are good.
That man said.
That's good eating, all right.
That man said, don't fuck with the chitlins.
Don't fuck with the chitlins. My dad from Louisiana, so, Hey.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little ass, huh? Got a
Ain't
little
nothing wrong
ass
with
here and there.
Good trigger.
ain't nothing wrong with
Trigger.
that.
I was just telling them the
Man,
importance
to
of
each
these
his
little
own,
ass.
man. To each his own.
Hey, but
Diddy.
the thing is though, you don't want to see young ladies victimized. I mean, this is already a predatory society. I mean, not really so much predatory, but there's some crazy motherfuckers out there. So people have to really be careful. Yeah. I mean,
Well,
that was it. Y'all can talk.
yeah, I'm saying my thing is adults shouldn't play with kids. At the end of the day, like, when a kid, I kind of like the rule of Illinois because I checked into that after the whole R. Kelly thing, and the rule in Illinois, if a child is at the age of consent, you can consent. Or if you're like under 18, or technically under 17 here, but if you're under 17, you can only have consent to have sex with an adult. It has to be like within 4 years of you. You know what I mean? So like if you was dating somebody that was in high school, you went to college, but she's still in high school, yeah, y'all pretty cool or whatever. Everything's fine. But my thing is, you started off with 17 and 26. Like, why are y'all letting a 26-year-old? I mean, it's really the failure on the mother and the father, wherever the father is in the case. But I ain't heard the father mentioned. But why did you let your 17-year-old date a 26-year-old man? Like, you should have been upside her head before you just let that happen.
The same reason why all those parents let their daughters go see R. Kelly. They thought it was a come up. They thought their kid was gonna get taken care of. Oh, we can let a few years by.
That wasn't necessarily the case in every case with R. Kelly because R. Kelly was
So,
perusing around the school still
Well,
then.
I mean,
But
I just kind of threw that out there. I'm sorry, but the
yeah,
point is,
no, he was.
I
But
mean,
he was on the schoolyard, so there's a big difference. However, if she born with HIV,
apparently she was born with HIV. From what this says, she was born.
so her parents could have been dead.
But it says her mother was around and put the insurance policy on her, so the mother was around.
No, this is
By her grandmother.
her mother adopted her allegedly. So, this is the story I've been given.
The adopted mother put an insurance policy on her, right?
Correct.
Okay, you're the adopted mother. That's like you're an actual mother. By law, an adopted parent is like a biological parent. So at the end of the day, that's your kid. If you're not gonna take adoption seriously, don't be involved.
Oh fuck! All right, well,
No. She was adopted by her grandmother, correct?
no, I don't. I don't know if it was the grandmother or not.
I thought
I
you
don't know.
said it was her
Yeah.
grandmother.
No, no.
Whoever
Okay.
adopted her,
The grandmother currently has the grandchild.
The
The
grandchild. Okay,
oldest.
okay.
Okay.
right? But whoever adopted the 17-year-old, they let them have a relationship with the 26-year-old is on bogus. Period.
Yeah, that's damn near borderline pedophile right there.
No, it is. I don't know
Yeah.
what state that wouldn't be a pedophile. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that because Illinois is technically is not because here the age of consent is
See,
actually
this
17.
is the problem right here. That gray area. The gray area
Yeah, that
is where the
very
fuck
gray
shit
area.
comes in at.
Yeah.
That fuck shit is that's where the gray area is where the fuck shit grow. I don't like that.
Yeah, but motherfuckers take advantage of the gray area because they know it's an area they can get away with the bullshit. Like I said, I think the man's predator. The person who wrote the letter thinks the man is predator. That's just what it is. This motherfucker's a predator. He went out here and found a girl, and I do mean a girl who was
Mm-hmm.
17 years old, who had a kid.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Well, I know she fucking. I know she's in a position that's got her fucked up. I can come in, slide in, and take care of that vulnerability and exploit it." And that's what he did.
Well, see, this was not great to me. If it's a 17-year-old kid, if this is my kid, even like I said, the state of Illinois say consent is 17 years old. If I'm taking care of you and you live in my house, I don't care what the state say your age of consent is. I'm giving you your age of consent, and it ain't till you get up out of my house. Plain and simple.
What
So no 26-year-old is gonna date a 17-year-old under my care. Period. Ain't about that.
Exactly.
So I still blame the parents. If a 17-year-old, no matter how you put it, still ain't an adult.
Well,
Shouldn't be making their own decisions like that.
well, let's say this because I'm gonna play the devil's advocate today, right? So let's say the mama came in crashing hard. The mama can't be the greatest of mamas because the daughter had a kid at 16, 17, somewhere around that age frame because she was 17 with a kid when she met the nigga, right? So
Mm.
the mama couldn't have been that on point. But let's say the mama had tightened up after she figured out she met this grown ass nigga who was dating her daughter. She said, "Don't fuck with him." There's only a time frame of maximum of a year that she can play this game because at 18, what can you say?
Now you can't live with me and do what you want. You got to do what I want.
That's
You live with
fine,
me.
but we don't know the details of this, so we don't know if she moved in with this nigga. We don't know if she moved in with a relative or whatever the fuck the case was, just to fuck with this bum ass nigga who's older than her, to take advantage.
Well, yeah, we ain't got the details. We ain't got the
Yeah,
details.
we ain't got those parts.
Can I get some?
But he did take karate, right?
Can I get some details? Yeah, apparently he was a karate expert. But no. So after all this is said and done, this is the crazy part, right? After he argued with the mama over the insurance policy, and he's out here claiming his children's benefits, Social Security, and probably fucking it off. Let's just be honest. The nigga hopes he's finna go be the next Jay-Z, or as my girl said, the next Rick Ross. He moved another bitch into the household that they lived in 3 months after the fact, and she's now playing stepmom. I don't know the levels of disrespect that you can have, but I would imagine in this particular situation, that's creme de la creme.
My question is, what are the credentials of this new girl? Is she in a similar position as the previous one? Is she vulnerable?
He probably
No, she's worse. It's worse.
Is worth like what credit? There's no credentials. 3 months.
No,
So
but
listen,
is she a vulnerable young girl like the previous one, or
that,
has she got more? Is she in on it, doing what he was doing, basically taking advantage and just there for the money?
well, I need an answer on that. Let me get a response, and we'll get back to you. But
Oh, I can give you a response on that one.
at the end of the day, I think that it's a situation to where, regardless of what goes on in the household, he is a grown ass nigga bringing any woman into the household. Because we understand, we've established that he's a predatory ass nigga. We've established he's a crown ass nigga.
Her child has left, so they basically left him in the house, so he's free to do what he wants to do in that house. They should have got him out of the house.
But he's still the clown ass nigga who's in charge of 3 other kids.
Right. So he was good with the whole dreams. Now I understand why you said that. So he was having whole dreams.
Right. Because you done brought a whole new bitch into the house 3 months after the fact.
I'm talking about the insurance money. He don't take out the policy, but he want insurance money.
So Raj, do you think that he thinks he's gonna get the insurance policy? Probably give her the lowest tier casket that he can give her, a piece of cardboard for the fucking tombstone, and then be like, "Yeah, nigga, I'm going to the strip club. Yeah, pretty young thing, what's going on? You know, you see me out here in this 1997 cabriolet. Come hop up in this."
He sound like a dude that would go the extreme route. Probably do the cremation instead of having a funeral. Just that's what he sound like to me. Dude needs to face real talk.
Yeah, it sounded like he was trying to just buy a poster for his new karate dojo.
Yeah, dude sound like a complete embarrassment of a man. So listen, I don't even get why. I mean,
if you're watching, paying attention to this show, like and subscribe. But go ahead.
Yeah, he sounded like a complete embarrassment of a man. Maybe the woman was going through something because she had HIV. Maybe that had her at like this real low self-esteem situation going on in her own head. But I don't even know why she talked to dude in the first place. And even after she kind of grew, I mean, I get that she was 17, but after a certain point where if you get yourself together and you see the man still in the same position or whatever the case is, and he ain't really trying to do nothing, and you done grew up, you done went to college, you done got yourself a job, you know what I'm saying? You moving on with your life, and dude really ain't trying to do nothing, like, you should have let that situation go. I don't even care. You should have just let that go.
I think it was a low self-esteem situation, so she couldn't let him go. She didn't think she could do any better.
So I got a message. Basically, the message was saying that the replacement chick was a is a is a older chick who she believes is a scammer. Says this chick is 46, 47 years old. Um, she's not about shit. She didn't come to the table with shit. She's basically just some pussy.
So a female version of him then.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Let's just go and put it
Take
out
it
there.
there.
That's it.
he just,
I'm gonna take it.
wait. He went from being with a workhorse for 16 years to being with
Uh-huh.
a bum.
Yeah.
Somebody that doesn't
He's
work.
looking for his payout.
Baby, what you gotta understand is just like you said, if a nigga eat the groceries right, if she swallow and suck the head right, niggas make exceptions.
Nah, you know what? It's not even the same level. This dude is willing to let anyone take care of him. Remember, he ain't the person trying to work. So he's an embarrassment of
But she don't work. Oh,
He's
she's
waiting
a
for his
scammer.
payout.
So she probably does
You're just one of them guys.
credit
Like,
card stuff and all that to bring the money in.
I don't want to wish
some
Yeah.
nothing
motherfuckers
bad
still looking
on
at the sky on
nobody.
Christmas Eve, man.
I don't really want to wish nothing bad on somebody, but I'm at the point now. What I really want to say, I hope she do scam him, but his kids involved, and they'll end up taking the short end of that stick. If it wasn't for that, I'd be like, man, I hope she do scam him because he sound like trash.
Or maybe she's gonna help him try somehow. He thinks she's gonna help him get the money, and then she can run off with the money.
That'd be cold blooded.
That'll be karma.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the kids, I'd be cool with that. But since there's those other little girls involved, I
Yeah.
ain't gonna say that. That's what I want to say though.
I mean, well, how old are the kids? Are they still kids? Are they teenagers? Like,
I think they're school age kids, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they are. One's moved home to her grandma's.
Yeah, like they said the oldest one did, but I think the other three are other two or how many did he say? The other two, I think, 2, 3, whatever, however it got. I think they're like
yeah.
school age.
Okay. There's 4 in total.
Yes. Okay, 4 in total. So then that means 2 of them. I think 2 of them are school age, and I think one might be a toddler. Then I have no clue. But either way, it's a sad situation all the way around for him. You know, judging off of what's been said, that's a very sad situation for him, and unfortunately, he put himself in that situation.
And that's all the children are going to know in life.
Yeah,
Which is
unfortunately, that's all they're going to know.
Yeah,
they're going to grow up to know, and that's probably why the oldest one, as soon as her mama passed away, she got ghosts. So I have no clue, but from what I've heard, this man is no good. This man is a prime example of what you should not be as a man. How you shouldn't conduct yourself
but
as a
see,
man.
so, hey, but you seriously, he say he's making beats.
trying to.
He tries to. He
hold on.
from what I've heard, he's tried to make music before in the past, and
wait.
I think the only person that has heard his music is himself only.
This not adding.
So basically, he would have been Bobby Smurder, but Bobby Smurder stepped out there and just said "fuck it," so he couldn't. Like,
yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he tried to do something. I think he even, if I'm not mistaken, from what I heard, he tried it. He tried it, and it failed miserably. But hey, you know, this is the same person, like said, is a bum. You know, everything he's tried to do has pretty much failed. You know, so
Maybe he should try getting on
what?
YouTube. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Nah, it's too late. It's too late.
It's too late. It's too
And
late.
man,
His
that-
pipe dream is gone. You know, there's certain points in time in life when you just got to give up certain situations and find something better to do with yourself. You know, give it up. You
it's,
know, you can do your
He
little
can
music
always
for
go
fun, but if you think you're
on.
gonna make money off of it, it ain't gonna happen.
He
no, no.
can go
Hold
on
on now.
Rhythm
Let
and
me.
Flow.
Oh no, he can't. He shouldn't. He shouldn't. Because
Why
I'm
can't
looking at what I'm looking at. If this girl died at 33 years old and she started with 17, and I don't even know
Hmm.
when death occurred. This could be a couple years ago. But whenever this death occurred, we talking about 16 years. The man 42 years old. I'm not tripping about nobody trying to make it in the game, but if you didn't make it by 42, you need
he
a
ain't
new
42, he's 39.
Wait
Wait, when she died?
one.
a minute. Wait a minute.
Now, if the woman died, if the woman that was 17 and died at 33, and he was 26 when he was dealing with her at 17, that's 16 years gone. He was
Oh yeah,
26,
you right. You right. I'm
so
adding
he's
on 13.
42. Like hey, I was trying to become a professional rap artist too. A lot of good situations happened. It didn't work out in the end. At some point in time, you got to let that go. You
Listen, fam,
tried.
You was trying to
listen.
rap.
I stepped away to cook some
Oh,
food real
I
quick.
was great.
I just want to say this. At the end of the day, nigga, if you 32, 33, 34, and you trying to push your rap career, go ahead and let that go. If you
Yeah,
32,
yeah.
33,
Basically, yeah.
34,
Don't
and
you
you
need to go and let
trying to
that go.
produce
You-
beats for a genre of music don't nobody really listen to, go ahead and let that go. If you out here trying to do some shit and ain't nobody just popping fucking with you, go ahead and let that go. Nigga, listen. At some point you gotta be like, listen, this ain't for me. This ain't for me.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a buzz, you got a buzz. But if you're not getting that buzz, especially the way the internet changed the game up. Because see, I was trying to make it before the internet was really out there. You see what I'm saying? And when the internet came, that really kind of changed the game up. So and by that time, I was already on some look. I'm just gonna do something else. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to sign with LL. Well, I had a chance to sign with LL. I say that because he was starting up a company, but the company never worked out. You know, there was a couple other once in a lifetime situations that me and my friends was involved in. It just didn't work out. At some point in time, if you don't have your name out there and you ain't getting that buzz, it's time to move on. Because when you start into those things, most of them want a younger person. So we talking about a 42-year-old now.
Yeah, you know what he should do though? He should try lounge singing. Like he should sing for clubs and shit.
All he need is one hit.
And shit. Like
He don't sound like he got the work ethic to even get that one hit off the ground. You got to have a work ethic too, though. It ain't
I
gonna
mean, but say just get like a
No,
wireless
he do
microphone
not.
and like just get a wireless microphone and a pine tree, plastic pine tree, and just carry it on stage and just sing the fuck out of something, man. Just damn,
Work
just
on a
do
cruise
All you
something.
ship.
got to do is have something catchy. That's it. You don't have to even have a plan. Whoop That Trick was catchy. People was singing Whoop That Trick. Whoop That Trick is the worst song on the planet. So I mean, all he got
but
to do is just come up with something that people are going to repeat mindlessly and make some money. But the point is, for you to spend 13 years trying to do that and you weren't able to, it is definitely time to hang it up.
no,
You
Yeah.
are
also
right. Like you might
even
be
if
good at making shoes. You might
I
be
can
good at
agree with that.
cutting jaws.
I
well,
can agree with that because I remember this song a long time ago called "This Is Why I'm Hot." I think it was a couple years ago. This is why I'm hot.
no,
This is why
that
I'm
dude
hot. I'm hot because I'm
Oh
fly.
no, they was really rapping on that
no,
song.
no,
You
that
tripping?
dude is
No, I'm
super rich
playing.
right now. He good. He good.
Exactly. That one hit right there just set him up.
Now he was
And never told nobody why he was hot.
that dude actually made a couple hits because he already was making money before that blew up, and and the man is investing in tech companies and all kind of stuff. So he ain't living off rap money. It made him some money, but he's well invested in other things
You
too.
messing up the point, Roger. The point is the song was garbage. That's the point. You wasn't talking about shit.
But this is what I'm saying though. I feel
it's not like a hater.
No, I feel you there. But my point is, even if you do have that hit, if you make up that hit, we talking about a dude that sound like he has no work ethic. You can have the hit, and if you don't work the hit, it don't make a difference. You gotta have a work ethic.
That's true.
Man, Roger, that dude dreams is misplaced, man. Let's just say that shit. Like, dude, get a regular job. Like,
right, dream a new
Are
dream.
you talking about work ethic with a motherfucker living off of a 17-year-old? Like, come on now.
Exactly. That's my point. He don't have to work ethic to make it, even if he did come up with the one hit.
that motherfucker be tired of going to clubs and shit. Like the first night. Man.
He should have been a damn gigolo. He should have been. He should have been a gigolo.
Yeah, you know what? And under my that dude MC Cole, no lyrics is what I call people like him.
Man, didn't that dude father teach him anything?
So, obviously, he refused to learn it.
like how to sing, like.
So the dude's boss was a failure.
Oh, dude, listening to the program. That's what's going on.
Yeah, dude's generational loser. But I mean,
now, if you got 2 thumbs down for this, that must be him giving thumbs down.
That motherfucker going from account to account.
I wish I had 4 hands. I'd give his ass 4 thumbs down.
I'm saying, yeah. This dude is an embarrassment as a man. That's all I can say.
It's an embarrassment as a man to be living off of it, right? And I don't mean with no derogatory term, but like if I had to live off of my woman, I would feel less than. Like I get, maybe a nigga get hurt in some accident, but some shit happen. All right, cool. Your woman can hold it down. That's what I expected to do, and that's what I hoped she would do. I wouldn't be happy with that, but I would hope she would do that, right? But as a grown ass man, I couldn't just live off of my fucking woman. What kind of man are you?
And my thing is, he got kids. You can be a bum your whole life, as long as you ain't got no kids. Once you got kids, you got to give up the bum stuff. Because it don't affect nobody when it's just you. But when you got them kids, like you can't. How do you look at yourself in the mirror and just be cool with being a bum? That makes no sense.
That motherfucker just threw some shit across the room that he needed. Listen to this broadcast. Like
your room.
No. Fuck this dude, man. He should have left me the fuck alone. Dumbass nigga. Like then you want to take advantage of kids and shit. Then he's a sick motherfucker.
The shit's wild to me. You can't call yourself
a man.
I would
hope that he would not shit on his kids the way that he did that woman, and at least take a portion of this Social Security money he's about to get for all 3 of them and put it towards their future. I would really hope that he would do that, especially if he's listening right now.
You know damn well he's not going to do that.
And put it in a trust.
Miracles happen, though. Miracles happen.
Today, I got to put it out there because we talk about it's Mercury retrograde right now, so we working this word magic. So I'm speaking it to these babies going to have a bright future, and they daddy going to put them before himself, unlike what he's done for the first, how many years? 32 years of his life?
40,
36, 39, 42.
Them niggas gonna be, them kids is gonna be in 2044 looking back and be like, what did my daddy leave me for an inheritance? He left me Pro Tools and Fruit Loops for 2018. Wait a minute, what?
Wait a minute now. No, real talk. There is some hope for those girls. There's some hope for those girls. What I see is hope for those girls because the oldest one already moved with the grandma. So she already knows something ain't right. So I'm going to hope the oldest one is going to encourage the younger ones to eventually move over there with grandma too. And hopefully they're going to get put on the right track and they'll still be young enough where they might go to college or go to the military or something, and their life kind of starts going in a better direction. Then I believe it's gonna go under that man's tutelage. So there's hope for them because she left already, and those are her sisters, so she might be able to get them to leave too.
Or make
It's sad that
provisions
hope
for
don't come
them
from him
if
though.
she ever has to take them, so that way she'll be in a position to take care of them. But I'm really, really, really feeling like that mama had an insurance policy. He just wasn't included in the shit. That's what I'm thinking, that it was only for the kids.
That life
I
insurance
don't think,
policy, Mama took it.
huh?
She probably did the funeral. Mama did the funeral with the life insurance policy, and she's holding on to it for the kids.
More than likely, that's what's happening. But I don't think he's gonna get no insurance money at all because even if he tries to argue that point, if they argue that properly in court, that's a property issue, and that's property he's not privy to.
He can't like claim to that life insurance policy at all, especially if it was established well before he even met her.
Well,
He
even
can't
still,
lay
they
claim
weren't.
to
They
that.
were never married, so there's no reason to even assume he should get anything.
This
He
is
sound
what
like a. I don't want to say what I was. It sounds incredibly wrong that he would even open his mouth to say something about that insurance policy.
this is what bum niggas do. Bum niggas try to lay claim to shit that they shouldn't lay claim to, right? Once they get the money, let's say the mama was dumb enough to give her money. This nigga wouldn't do nothing but buy a new car. This nigga wouldn't do nothing but buy a new computer to put beats on, buy a TV, buy some trivial nigga shit. He ain't saving it. He ain't putting it up. This is that kind of nigga. His track record has shown that.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. It sure did. It sure has.
Well, yeah, he a nigga with hoe dreams. I'm gonna say it.
Oh yeah.
Well, we talked, we discussed, we had a good time talking about this letter. Um, I appreciate everybody for showing on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give y'all final thoughts and let y'all run from the order I see y'all. So first up is Miss Melly. Miss Melly, you got anything you want to say? Any channel you want to promote? Anything you want to do?
Not necessarily in the interest of promotion, other than make sure that any young lady that you care about thinks highly of herself. Never say anything disparaging. Just always try to keep it on the sunny side of the street when you converse with a growing young lady. It's really important. They remember that for a lifetime.
That's good
it.
to know. Okay, much appreciated. Miss Bianca.
Yeah. I don't know. This subject just irritates me. I'm not a fan of predators, for my own personal reasons, but I don't think anybody is. But I would just say that I would hope as a community we would do more for each other as far as looking out for each other and pouring into each other and protecting each other, because these kids are dying and they are growing up and dying when they get grown. Like, they are dead in their consciousness, they are dead in their movement. Like, we just need to start pouring life into each other and into these kids especially. Otherwise, we might well lay down and die with them.
Beautifully put. I appreciate that. Next up, Mr. Dwayne. Any last thoughts?
Oh yeah. My last thoughts is, the whole situation is just sad. You would think that after what happened, this person would learn the lesson and just try to, you know, do right by his kids and all, but it's apparently he don't want to do right. And this is just ladies, avoid type men like this, and the person that he's with, fellas, avoid these type of women because women are predators too. But also before I go, just be looking out. Sometime this year down the road, or 2020, Couture Kitchen. We're going to be coming out with Couture Kitchen. That's a product line run by my sister Shayla Faye. So we're going to be coming out with aprons and a few other things that'll be coming out here in the near future. So you guys be looking out for that. And we got Peanut Butter Girls page that's going to be popping off here soon on Facebook, and we're going to try to do something big with that. But other than that, that's my final thoughts. So, um, just learn from this man and learn not to be like him. I can't say that I didn't make my mistakes when my wife passed away. I was separated from mine for 4 or 5 years before she passed away. So I didn't have a policy on her. I didn't feel like I needed one, but she had hers, and so my kids are taken care of. But my kids are adults too. So, but that's all I wanted to say.
Much appreciated. Thank you, D.
hmm
Next up, we got the indomitable, my habitual line stepper brother, Kevin Esther. What's going on?
Oh, what up, guy? For anyone that doesn't know my name on this panel, I mean, I'm sure all of you do, but for all of you out there that don't, yes, my name is indeed Kev. I am black men being brutally honest, and we are the habitual line steppers. Look for me on Instagram. Look for me on Facebook, and I just want to say this: if you are going to have a plan in life, you personally are going to have a plan in life. Make sure that it involves you being proactive. Make sure that doesn't involve, especially like someone that is almost 10 years younger than you. Make sure it
hmm
doesn't involve, because that's a really horribly sad predatory look.
Yeah.
Especially if they're underage. Like just it's not too late. As long as you're living and breathing and you set 2 feet on this earth, there's always a chance to grow up. There's always a chance to grow up. Grow up before you fuck yourself up real good. Um, I mean, but it may already be too late for this guy. I mean, seriously. Um,
hmm
Also, like the whole situation just sounds bad, and I hope that people don't catch themselves in these kinds of situations. But the sad part about it is they're just going to continue to happen like that. Um, as far as black men go, I would classify this man as a black man, so I don't feel bad as a black man, and I don't feel like it made black men look bad because I don't classify this guy as a black man. Sorry. I mean, I feel like that title deserves reverence. Most people don't think so, but I do.
No,
I
he,
mean,
he,
because like if I'm one thing, go
he
ahead, go ahead.
he's what you would call a nigga. No, you're right. He's not a black man. He's what you would call your typical bum ass nigga. That's just straight up to that's just what it is. Call a spade a spade. He's a bum ass
Yeah.
nigga.
So
Bum ass nigga.
yeah. So at the end of the day, the lesson is don't be a bum ass nigga. This is Kev, Black Men Being Brutally Honest. On behalf of the Roger Report, and also on behalf of You Ain't Shit for Watching. Um, Black Men Being Brutally Honest is the best show on YouTube and on social media.
Second that.
So,
Y'all, yeah.
so,
Y'all know
so,
about that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Uh,
so, in Kev, we trust.
Ronald, Reggie.
I
Okay.
don't know how y'all plagiarizing somebody when y'all doing better than what that person doing. I don't get that part, but that's neither here.
Anyway, Reggie, go ahead.
Okay. Well, this is the great Roger Stevens, also an habitual line stepper. All I'm gonna say is, if you guys happen to catch the show, please subscribe. This is You Ain't Shit for Watching. Please subscribe to Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Subscribe to my channel, that real best show on YouTube, The Roger Report. And check out our entertainment channel, The Black Dimension, spelled BLAKK, The Black Dimension, our entertainment channel. And the only thing I'm gonna say about this guy is because I don't like to really wish nothing bad on somebody, but J. Cole had a lyric that said, if a plane crashed and it only killed your lame ass, I wouldn't be mad it was you. I'm not wishing nothing bad on nobody. I'm just remembering the J. Cole lyric, and I'm leaving it there.
That's tough. That's tough to the motherfucker. So let me say this:
I
bitch
really
niggas will be
cannot
bitch
stand
niggas.
Roger right now. I'm sorry.
Bitch niggas will be bitch niggas, and they have bitch nigga ways. This is clearly a bitch ass nigga. We call him a spade. We call him a spade. You are a predatory nigga. You picking on these 17-year-old women with or children with children, knowing that you could have your way. You set up and let this woman work and slave away while you didn't do shit. And then you bring a new bitch right after she dies into the household. It's a special place in hell for these motherfuckers. And I'm not even a Christian. I don't even believe in hell. So understand when I say the shit is serious. You type of niggas are problematic and they should get rid of you. If there was a Nazi camp, you niggas should be the first ones in that motherfucker. It's ridiculous and it's absurd that it's 2019 and motherfuckers like you are still running around. I'm saddened by this, but the show must go on. At the end of the day, we had a fun-filled conversation about a tragic situation. I hope people out there listening took advice of Mela, took advice of Bianca, took advice of Dwayne, took advice of Kevin, and took advice of Roger. Learn something. Don't be caught up. Don't be a fucker. Keep it pushing. If you see a bum ass nigga taking advantage of people in your family, speak up and say something. But for the time being, I am Donnie. This is You Ain't Shit for Watching. I know at several points during tonight's show, you had somebody on the panel say something crazy. You said, you know what? He ain't shit. Well, guess what? You ain't shit for watching. Y'all have a blessed night.